Why does the letter A in the word about make the sound? And what happened to the A in the word sofa? In both cases, the A turned into the schwa sound. This schwa sound is actually the most common vowel sound in English. It is used 3 times as often as any other vowel sound. When you use the schwa sound correctly, your English is going to sound natural and fluid. It's going to have a beautiful flow to it. It begs the question, why are we not taught the schwa sound when we're learning English? That is a great question, and it is a different topic altogether, not one we're going to get into today. What we are going to focus on today is a more fixable and practical challenge. We're going to understand what the schwa sound is, and we are going to understand the phonetic context in which the letter A becomes the schwa sound. It transforms into the schwa sound. Hello everyone, my name is Bakul Soman and welcome back to my channel. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to share this video with others who might find it interesting. So, the schwa sound. What is it? The schwa sound is basically the sound. It is an important aspect of that stress timing that is used in English. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when I say English uses stress timing, I have a video for that. If you remember from a vowel video that I did many months ago, link above if you missed that one, a vowel is characterized by 4 features. It's characterized by tongue height, tongue advancement, tension, and lip rounding. So how can we describe the schwa using those 4 aspects? So it is a mid-central, lax, and unrounded sound. And here it is on our vowel quadrilateral. Remember, this is referring to the sound, not the letter that is used to write it out when we spell the words. Okay, this is the sound. Schwa is the name of a vowel sound. There is no corresponding letter that goes with it because all the vowels in English, A, E, I, O, and U, they can all become the schwa sound in specific phonetic contexts. In today's video, we are going to focus on the context in which the letter A becomes the schwa sound. The first thing to remember is that the schwa occurs in unstressed syllables. Remember, in English, all syllables are not treated equally. In multisyllabic words, let's say 2 or 3 syllable words, 1 syllable is stressed and the others are unstressed. And stressed syllables have more energy. We amplify our voice a little bit. It has a higher pitch. Okay? I also did a video, 2 videos actually, all about stress. So I'll put the description to those. I'll put the link to those in the description below. So, schwa, unstressed syllables. In words that have 4 or more syllables, it's a little more complicated, but the basic concept of some syllables being stressed and some syllables being unstressed still applies. And it is in those unstressed syllables that the schwa is lurking. So where can you find these unstressed syllables? I'm going to show you 4 contexts. If a word ends in an A, it is very likely that that is an unstressed syllable and that A at the end is going to turn into the schwa. This would be one of the example words I gave at the beginning of the video. Sofa, tundra, panda, cola, soda. Do you hear what's happening? The A is becoming the schwa sound. The second context is if you have the letter A as a syllable by itself at the beginning of a word. This would be a word like ahead, away, along, about. A by itself as a syllable at the beginning is usually an unstressed syllable. Okay, so there it transforms into the schwa sound. The third context is if the singleton vowel A, not a vowel team, so not E, A, I, A, O, A, it's just the singleton letter A, vowel A, in the final syllable, followed by either an L, an R, or an N. Okay, so let's take a look at some words. So words that end in AL, final, legal, scandal, sandal. Words that end in AR, rectangular, molecular, triangular, angular. It so happens that all of these end in LAR. I might have to do a little digging to see if a singleton A followed by an R usually is preceded by an L. I don't know that, but that's an interesting pattern I just noticed there. Words that end in AN, fisherman, watchman, workman. So a singleton A followed by L, R, or N in the final syllable of a word. The fourth context is when we have the article A as opposed to the, right? A book, the book, right? Those are articles. So when you have the article A in a sentence, typically that becomes a schwa sound because it's usually an unstressed syllable. Okay? So I'm going to say, I read a book. I read a book, a book, a book, a book. Okay? So I'm turning it into the schwa sound. I can sometimes say a book. And what I'm trying to say there, by overemphasizing that A and making it a stressed syllable, is that I asked for one and maybe you brought me 5 books. I asked for a book and you brought me 5. Okay, so that's a very specific context. But typically, when you have the article A, it becomes the schwa sound. A book, a movie, a play. The schwa keeps English sounding natural and smooth and fluid. I hope you found this video useful and interesting. If you did, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next week.